Good evening and happy Canada Day. We'll go live to one of BC's biggest Canada Day parties in just a moment, but we begin with a NewsHour follow-up to a story that has a lot of people seeing red over the enforcement of official bilingualism. The Food Inspection Agency recently raided a small Vancouver store, forcing the owner to remove all products without French labels. This while countless stores in other parts of the city sell products with no French or English labeling. Tonight, the BC Cabinet Minister whose riding that store is in is blasting the inspectors, and FIA officials seem to have gone into hiding.
I want you to pretend that you're just a customer shopping and see what you're...
It's not every day this little corner grocery store gets such a high-profile visitor. But the Education Minister isn't here just to pick up fresh organic produce. Margaret MacDiarmid is also giving owner Deb Reynolds support in her struggle with the Canadian Food Inspection Agency.
We were told to pull their stuff, but Trump Bakery does all the local baking for Starbucks.
Last week, 2 CFIA inspectors spent more than 6 hours in the 800-square-foot store examining every single item on Reynolds' shelves, all of which are produced by independent family-run local vendors. By the time the inspectors were done, a third of the products were deemed unfit for sale because they didn't have bilingual labels or nutrition fact tables.
I am still questioning why I had 2 CFIA inspectors in, because I do no processing. There is no producing or manufacturing of produce here, except if you count me making coffee.
Some of the vendors have hastily relabeled their goods. Others are working with the CFIA to ensure they're in compliance. But at least 2 suppliers have decided not to sell at the Homegrown anymore. The whole matter has proved to be very confusing, with different information coming from different officials. And even the inspection itself seems to be questionable. For example, this honey from Caramillos was cited for not having nutrition facts and French, but it clearly does. The inconsistencies don't end there.
Some of the products that are sold at other bigger box stores are the same producers. I just question whether they've had to remove their products also.
So we can't buy it at your store, but we could go down the street and buy it at another store?
Yes.
Despite contacting the CFIA on Monday, the government agency has yet to officially comment on this case. Global News had cameras on standby across the country yesterday, including Calgary and Saskatoon, hoping for an interview, but we were told there were no spokespeople available anywhere. MLA Margaret MacDiarmid has contacted the federal minister in charge, and she, along with other supporters, are demanding answers.
There are laws, and it's important that our laws are upheld, but it's also important that they're evenly upheld and that there's not one standard in one place. It does seem that this business was singled out for some reason.
Is that really the best use of our tax dollars? Do we want to be spending money on inspectors going in and interfering with people who are running a little business here in the city of Vancouver?
I'm going to phone now every single day.
But there is one upside for the Homegrown. This whole fracas has really pulled the community together, which is, after all, Deb Reynolds' entire philosophy.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
See you again.
Okay, bye-bye.